This is the journey to one Africa. Hey everybody, this is Mika and welcome back to SNOA. If you're new to this family, please subscribe, like, turn on the notification button and follow us on social media. All the links in the description. Guys, I'm coming back with another update on the Horn of Africa. And this is very important and very crucial and very sensitive. So if you hear any noise, guys, it's because I'm at the airport right now, but I need to give this news. So let me just go ahead and read for you guys what is really going on. Ethiopia PM issue warning over sovereignty. Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed warned Sunday that his country would humiliate any nation that threatens its sovereignty as tensions spiral in the volatile Horn of Africa. Africa's second most populous nation is locked in a dispute with neighboring Somalia over a maritime deal it signed with the breakaway region of Somaliland. Relations with Egypt and also fraught over Ethiopia's mega dam on the Blue Nile will not be touched. However, will humiliate anyone who dares to threaten us in order to dissuade them. Abiy said at the Sovereignty Day ceremony in the capital, Addis Ababa. We won't negotiate with anyone on Ethiopia's sovereignty and dignity. He was quoted as saying by the official Ethiopian news agents. Ethiopia last month accused armed actors of seeking to destabilize the region after Egypt sent military equipment to Somalia following the signing of a military cooperation pact between Cairo and Mogadishu. Alright guys, so this is what I was saying, and this is what I've been sharing with you guys, this news. Some of you have been wondering why am I sharing a lot of this news about Horn of Africa, but because there's a very significant thing going on in the Horn of Africa, and where it's going right now, where it's heading right now, it is not beautiful. Because everybody, I think every single leader in Egypt, in Somalia, in Ethiopia, does whatever they want, perhaps to intimidate one another, perhaps to send a message, perhaps to show who is capable or willing to do what for their countries. So what Ethiopia is warning right now, it comes after the series of actions that these countries have been through. And recently, since the signing of the pact between Somaliland and Ethiopia, that's what led to Somalia joining Turkey and also going after Egypt, and now Ethiopia basically standing on their ground because of everything that has been happening. This is something that I don't wish it to happen, but I know there will be a response from other sides. I know we'll hear threats after threats coming up. And I know if we don't deal with this sooner, or if we don't deal with this soon, we're going to end up in a war. And that is not an option. That is not an option. I hope these are just empty words and nobody's going to take action of it. Because what is happening right now, if you're not seeing, is everybody's being prepared, ready to go for a war. Somalia joining hands with Turkey, joining hands with Egypt. Basically, that is the preparation for the war. Saying that, you know what, if you're going to dare to do anything to us, we already have weapons from Egypt. We already have collaboration. We already have partnership. We're going to destroy you. And Egypt now is and Ethiopia now is responding. That you cannot dare to humiliate us. We're going to humiliate you. We're going to shame you if you dare to touch us. So this is not a beautiful message. And I hope African Union and other organizations in the continent are seeing this and watching this and actually dealing with it, because we don't want to wait until this situation get out of hand. I remember what happened in Sudan. It did not just start war all of a sudden. I remember what is going on between Congo and Rwanda. People, they don't just go on a war right away. They start by talking and accusing one another. They start by threatening one another. They start by talking and talks lead to fights. But I wish we don't get there. And I wish we solve these things sooner. The other day I came here to read the news that Somalia actually rejected to meet up with Ethiopia in Beijing, China, when that whatever forum between China and Africa was going on. They refused. So if there's no negotiations, if there's no talks, then what will be? Threats, and then fights, war, and death. And there's nobody's going to win in a war. Like two African countries, if they go on a war and to fight, there's no winner. If Ethiopia and Somalia go on a war with Egypt, there's no winner. We all lose because we're all Africans and we all fight against our own people. We all fight against our neighbors and our families. So, but no one is going to win this war. No one is going to win this battle. No, we're going to lose. So I understand why every single side, they need to stand for themselves, stand for their nations. I mean, when it comes to these tensions and everything, everybody look to protect their sovereignty. I understand. But I hope both sides and all the sides will be very careful with what they say. Because whatever we say right now, it can actually happen anytime. And it will be like putting a fuel into a fire. Instead of turning off the fire, but we're turning on the fire. And that's not what we need right now. All the development, all the progress, with all the problems that we have. But all of this will go to waste. Like, look at what is happening in Sudan. Everything, infrastructures have been destroyed. Schools, hospitals have been destroyed. Everything has been dismantled. So they're going to start from the scratch. Look at what is happening in the Ukraine. Oh, everything is destroyed, even the roads. So even if the war stopped today, but the effects and the impacts on the nation is going to last for decades, even for generations. That is the impact of the war. So I'm looking at Ethiopia because it's the country that I went so many times. I look at the progress in Addis Ababa, the capital city. I'm looking at all the projects. If the war erupts today, what happens is usually people, they hit where it hurts. And that is going to be drawing ourselves back over and over and over again. And we cannot afford to do that. Because these are the money of the common mwananchi, ordinary folk. These are the money that people are working with blood, sweat, and tears to earn for themselves and for their families. And we cannot turn them to worst. So this is my call to Ethiopia. This is my call to Somalia. This is my call to Egypt. Stop childish game. Grow up, your brothers, and figure things out together. Yes, you don't have to understand each other. You don't have to agree in everything. You can agree to disagree. But this cheap talks, this is childish games. It's going to cost people's life. I see these moves. I've been covering this news. I see the moves of Somalia, of Egypt, of Ethiopia. I see this. No one is right. No one is wrong. It's not about right. It's not about wrong. But it's about the lives of the common people. People right now, they say, you know what? We are ready to go on a war. We're going to protect Ethiopia. We're ready to go on a war. We're ready to protect Somalia. We are ready to go on a war. We want to protect Egypt. No, man. You ain't protect nothing if you kill your neighbors. You ain't protect nothing. Because you're nothing without your neighbors. You understand that? And that's why we're fighting for one Africa, because no one is nothing without your neighbors. You need your neighbors. You need people surrounding you. You need to know that they matter as much as you do. We need to know that, Africa. So let's not entertain war. Let's not. Let's not at all. It's time for us to develop ourselves. That's what we can afford. We don't have money to spend budgets on a war and fighting with one another and killing our people. No. Let's spend that money on developing our nations. Let's spend that money on giving proper education to our people, proper health care to our people, infrastructure, and just better life for our people, and not otherwise. We have a lot to do. We have a lot at stake, and we cannot afford to go backward. Every time we try to move forward, we go backward 1,000 times. No, we can't keep doing the same thing. We can't keep mark time here and there. No. We need to move forward. So hear me, Ethiopians, hear me, Somalis, hear me, Egyptians. This is not a time for war. This is the time for us to come together to figure things out together as brothers, as neighbors, and figure out what will be the best, not for one country, but for all of us. All of us, we have to win. This is win-win situation, but I'm seeing us escalating this situation to lose-lose situation. No. There's only one result in a war, and that is losing. This is the win-win situation, and we have responsibility to do that for our people. So the leaders of these countries, hear me out and hear me out loudly. Stop being child. Stop being child. Stop. Let's change our countries. We can do it, and it is possible. All right, guys, let me know in the comment section what you think. What is your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and God bless you. See you soon.